Imagine a crop where like an unexpected spike in a single chemical could legally force you to burn your entire field.
Yeah, literally to the ground.
Right. And for decades, I mean, that has been the harsh, expensive reality of farming industrial hemp. But we've got a fascinating deep dive lined up for you today that completely flips that script.
It really does.
We're looking at a presentation detailing some highly innovative state-registered Ukrainian hemp varieties. Our mission today is to explore how specialized breeding is turning these historically complicated plants into, multi-purpose, highly efficient agricultural powerhouses. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, so the anxiety of having to just destroy a whole crop is exactly what researchers at the Institute of Bast Crops in Vlukov set out to solve.
And just for context for you listening, bast crops are simply plants grown specifically for their flexible stem fiber, like flax or, hemp.
Exactly. So they've developed two unique strains, Medana and VIK 2020, and these have been painstakingly bred to isolate specific valuable compounds while, practically erasing the problematic ones.
Let's look at those compounds, starting with Medana.
Yeah.
It's bred to be CBD dominant, packing about 1 to 3% CBD.
Right.
But the kicker is it has only 0.04% THC. And then there's VIK 2020, which yields 1 to 6% CBG with a microscopic 0.0005% THC. I mean, I know everyone has heard of CBD, but what exactly makes CBG worth targeting?
Well, think of CBG cannabigerol as like the mother cannabinoid.
Yeah.
It is the precursor compound that other cannabinoids, including CBD and THC, actually synthesize from as the plant grows.
Oh, wow. So it's the foundation.
Right. It's highly prized in the wellness industry,
No.
but historically difficult to extract in large quantities because the plant naturally converts most of it as it matures.
Okay.
Like keeping the THC at that microscopic 0.005%, both of these strains sit comfortably below Ukraine's strictly enforced 0.08% legal THC limit.
So it's essentially the ultimate decaf plant. You get the targeted beneficial compounds with 0 psychoactive side effects and 0 legal hurdles.
Yeah, but dodging legal trouble is really only the first step. If you're a manufacturer, the real magic happens in the extraction phase. It all comes down to the concept of signal to noise.
Meaning the CBG is the music you want to hear and the THC is the static.
Perfect analogy, yeah. The gap between your target compound and your trace THC is essentially your profit margin. Normally, separating out trace amounts of an illegal compound like THC requires expensive chromatography.
Which is a headache.
A huge headache. It takes time, money, and highly specialized equipment.
Let's look at the math here, because the ratios are wild. Medana boasts a CBD to THC ratio of 30 to 50 to 1.
Yeah, that's huge.
To put that in perspective, the major European gold standard strain, Finola, usually sits around 10 to 30 to 1. But VIK 2020 features a massive CBG to THC ratio of over 300 to 1.
Insane.
Right. With a ratio over 300 to 1, does that essentially create a clean, fast track for manufacturers, allowing them to extract what they need without constantly worrying about THC contamination?
What's fascinating here is that the plant has effectively done that chemical separation in the field for you.
Oh, I see.
At a 300 to 1 ratio, you don't even need a complex noise-canceling filter in your extraction process. Manufacturers can use cheaper, simpler extraction methods to pull out what they need without constantly testing and worrying about crossing that legal THC threshold. It just drastically improves the commercial viability.
That targeted chemical efficiency is impressive, but looking at the data, it translates into something even bigger when you look at the physical plant. You aren't just growing this for the extracts.
No, not at all. These varieties are universally useful. We are talking about essentially a waste-free crop.
Right.
From a single hectare, farmers can harvest up to 1.3 tons of seeds for the food industry.
And then you get high-quality fiber, right?
Yeah.
I think VIK 2020 is actually 29% fiber, which feeds straight into the textile industry. Plus, you're yielding 6 to 8 tons of dry biomass.
Yeah, it's a 3-in-1 harvest. And we should note that these strains, optimized for the local climate of northern Ukraine or Polisia, are highly competitive on the global stage.
Really? Like against the major European strains?
Exactly. Medana holds its own against the French strain Fedora 17, which is basically the gold standard in European hemp farming right now. And VIK 2020 rivals Santhicata 70. But the Ukrainian varieties offer this localized, resilient stability along with those massive compound ratios.
So what does this all mean for you listening? We aren't just talking about planting a few seeds anymore.
No.
These are engineered, zero-waste industrial solutions. From one single stock, you are feeding the food sector with seeds, supplying the textile industry with fiber, and fueling the wellness market with clean, easy-to-extract compounds.
It's a masterclass in agricultural efficiency. Literally nothing is wasted, and every part of the plant solves a specific commercial need.
Which leaves us with a pretty big question for you to ponder. If selective breeding can transform a single, historically complicated hemp plant into a legal, waste-free factory for three entirely different industries, well, what other traditional crops might be due for a radical, multi-purpose redesign?
It's a great point.
Yeah. Will the farms of the future be filled with perfectly engineered decaf versions of the plants we thought we knew? Something to think about.